gains, 1 loss, 3 bouts even, 7 wins coming by way of knockouts. Joining us from the gateway city of St. Louis, Missouri, ranked number 5 in the world, ladies and gentlemen, here is the challenger, Stephon "Showstopper" Young. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He comes in wearing the blue with the orange trim, weighing officially at already 117 pounds. This 4-division world champion enters the ring with a record of 39 wins, 25 of those coming inside the distance against 5 losses. Fighting out of Talbana, Philippines, he is the reigning and defending WBA Bantamweight champion of the world, the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire. Once again, here to give instructions is Mark Nelson.
Chief second, please. Gentlemen, you received your instructions in the dressing room. You both know what I expect. A good, clean championship fight. Just obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
So there we see Stephon Young, who is looking to make his dreams come true tonight. Took this fight on 3 days' notice. His opponent, the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, looking to advance to the final to take on the winner of Inoue and Rodriguez. And we are underway for this WBA Bantamweight Championship. Nonito Donaire, Stephon Young, Ray Forrest, Kendall Gill joining you ringside.
Tell you what, the thing for Donaire here is if you don't take an opponent seriously, he then becomes serious, and that's the one thing that he has to avoid. I saw him in the pre-fight interview, and he said no, his mindset will not change. He will continue to look at this fight exactly the way that he approached the Tay-Tay fight.
Nice right hand to the body by Nonito Donaire. Stephon Young looking to make a big jump up and capture a world title for the first time. This is the first time he has fought for gold, and they both exchanged nicely as 45 seconds has elapsed off the clock.
But you can see the power right there with Nonito. When he threw that left hook, he absolutely moved Young across the ring.
Well, Nonito Donaire has fought some high-level competition. Guillermo Rigondeaux, Carl Frampton, Nicholas Walters as well, handed a 9th round TKO victory to Victor Chinian, beat Jorge Arce as well. I mean, what a career for Donaire that has spanned over 18 years and still has that fire to continue to fight at this high level of prize fighting.
Yeah, and you can see what he's doing right now as a veteran. He's slowly cutting the ring off on Young. Also, when he gets close to him, using his straight right hand, something that you're supposed to do against a southpaw. Doing a great job so far, much like he did against Ryan Burnett in that fight. He started to walk him down, get his rhythm, and throw those power shots that he's known for.
We'll see if Stephon Young, who was trained by Herman Caicedo actually trains quite a bit of quality fighters, including Luis Ortiz. But no jab coming out frequently for Stephon Young. There we see the jab.
Yeah, and that's what he has to do. He has to throw something in order to keep Donaire off of him, because right now Donaire's not respecting his power whatsoever. He's just walking forward.
Well, Donaire is cutting off the ring nicely. And there's the right hand, and Young tried to counter him, and Donaire, wisely showing his reflexes, got out of the way.
Absolutely, and that's great, responsible defense on Donaire's part.
As we near the final moments of our opening stanza here between Donaire and Stephon Young. Round one in the books.
World Championship pedigree that you're starting to see in Donaire.
Well, Donaire has been there, done that over and over and over again. And there is Nonito, who no doubt is watching with a close eye, wondering to see, hopefully he gets back sooner rather than later. This one is scheduled for 12.
You know, one of the things that Donaire said is that now that I have to readjust my training, what I did, I prepared for a guy that was 2.5 inches taller than me. I prepared for a guy that had a 4-inch reach advantage on me. Now I'm the taller fighter, and now I'm the guy with the reach. So he's facing a totally different fighter. I know they're both southpaws, but a totally different fighter than Tate.
Well, but if there is a fighter or experience who can overcome that, it is someone of the ilk like Nonito Donaire, because of the fact that he's been there, done that over and over and over again. He's been in high-level situations for quite a while.
Absolutely, and that's why he said it would be no problem. He said he just took a couple days to adjust to what was coming to Stephon Young, and you can see he's adjusted quite well.
Whereas Stephon Young, as we talked about early in the broadcast, he seems to be thinking more instead of reacting. He's got to be more proactive instead of reacting.
Yeah, he's actually holding his hands a little bit too much. He needs to let his hands go in order to give Donaire something to think about, because right now Donaire's not thinking about anything. He's just coming right to him.
Donaire doesn't seem to be in any danger whatsoever, but Young is very crafty.
Very crafty, and that left hand that he just threw, that's what he has to do in order to keep Donaire off of him and get that respect.
When St. Louis has been a home for, remember, the likes of Corey Spinks, the Spinks family, Michael and Leon, and Corey as well. Leon's son Corey won the welterweight championship as well. Young ranked number 5 by the WBA, 10 by the WBO. Only loss coming to Stephon Young's dossier was to 21-year-old Raymart Caballo, considered a new star of Filipino boxing. He was down in the 3rd. Under a minute left here in the 2nd. Donaire coming forward, sends a right hand right behind the jab.
And the one thing they have to realize, Donaire's not fought in this weight class since 2011, prior to the Ryan Burnett fight. And he was asked, you know, how does it feel to come back down to bantamweight? He says, well, it feels great because now I'm fighting guys my size.
Well, and as you get older, there's a left hand that connected that Donaire ran into. But as you get older, your body matures. And I think it goes to show how wise and the discipline that Donaire has to be able to get back down to 118 after getting older. I mean, he's in his mid-30s now.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, from a guy who weighs about 225 pounds now, it is hard to get back down to your player. Great combination by Stephon Young.
Young having moments towards the end of the 2nd.
What you're supposed to do if you're a southpaw to a right-handed fighter. Nonito was not expecting that combination.
Getting set for round number 3. This one is scheduled for 12. Donaire and Young. The winner will move on to the final of the World Boxing Super Series Bantamweight Final. And Stephon Young, as Donaire charges ahead, and Young threw a left cross.
And the one thing that I've noticed is that Donaire is developing a mouse up underneath his left eye, so Stephon Young is doing some damage.
That's something to keep note of, Kendall. A little bit of swelling underneath the left eye of Nonito Donaire. And another straight left that was partially blocked by Donaire. Donaire pushing the head down. Referee in charge, Mark Nelson, veteran referee who's been in many championship matchups as the referee. A right hook that connected, and Young seems to be finding his rhythm. We saw evidence of that towards the tail end of the second round, and now here to begin the third.
Yeah, he's starting to feel more comfortable, and you notice he's not moving now. He's sitting more in the pocket. He's willing to trade with Donaire. Is that a smart thing? I don't think it is, but he's establishing his confidence.
Well, he's also baiting Donaire to come forward, and Donaire needs to use head movement in order to keep himself not as easy of a target, because Young is finding a home for that straight left as he just connected right there.
Absolutely, time after time. Donaire's continue to come forward, and you're absolutely right, Ray. Without the head movement, he's an easy target. Once
Another
again,
straight left that is finding its mark for Stephon Young. And for Young, being 30 years of age, his confidence is starting to grow. With this being his first world title shot opportunity, there could be doubt in the mind. Now he's gaining confidence, and that could be extremely problematic for Donaire.
Yeah, that combination that he ended the second round with, I think, gave him a lot of confidence. The straight left one, then followed up with the right hook. He's like, hey, listen, man, I can hit him with things, so now why don't I just stay here and sit down and fight this man?
Look, it's almost like when you are in the playoffs for the first time in the NBA,
yeah,
and you're taking on the NBA champions like the Golden State Warriors, and you're tied at the end of the first quarter. Mentally, you think, I can hang with this team, and we can make a run at this thing.
Yeah, you sure do. You do get that confidence. I was in the playoffs against the Chicago Bulls when Michael Jordan was in his prime.
I'm sorry.
I was with
I'm going. It's okay.
yeah, I know you're sorry, but we played them tough in game one. Unfortunately, they turned it on, which is something Nonito Donaire could probably do at any point.
Well, no question. It's still a very intriguing matchup here, as Young is looking very good, at least in these past two rounds. Donaire, though, looking to assert himself once again.
Yeah.
Good ebb and flow action. There's a big right hand, and that buzzed Young. And Young seems to be staggered for a brief moment.
I mean, he can't be there. He's got to get off those ropes.
Round three has come to a close. There's Herman Caicedo in the corner of Stephon Young. Also Chico Rivas as well. We will see Chico Rivas as the lead trainer coming up in our main event against, as he trains one career relic.
He's going to get into a rhythm, right? He needs that. He needs to fight his rhythm. He needs to fight his pace. All right? Let's have a little bit more with that lead hand. All right? Don't wait on him.
That right hand that Stephon Young was caught with bothered his left eye. He came back to his stool. You can see right here where Donaire throws a straight right hand.
Well, there's Stephon Young with
Young,
that straight left.
Straight left. Did a great job, but here it is right here. Double jab, followed up, blinds him, hits him with the left hand. He actually walked back to the corner, Stephon Young, that is, blinking with his left eye. So got to look out for that. Might affect him in this round.
Round four, this one is scheduled for 12. Stephon Young was lit up with that right hand, but it was set up, Kendall, how? With the double jab.
With a double jab, and that's where the experience comes into play. You know, as I mentioned before, yeah, we thought we had confidence against the Chicago Bulls, and then they took it away from us, and that's exactly what Donaire did in that last round. And Stephon Young got confidence because he was landing shots, but Donaire just took everything away from him with that last combination.
And in the fourth round, compared to the second and the third, Kendall, Donaire has come forward and is pushing the issue more. He's going to try to make Stephon Young uncomfortable, because Young got comfortable in the second and the third and got into a rhythm.
Yeah, he got comfortable and he got confident, and that's something as great champions and elite fighters, they have to take that play away from you, because you don't want your opponent to become dangerous.
And with Nonito Donaire, he realizes what is on the line. Both men realize the significance. Obviously, a world title is up for grabs, but also a berth to the final of the World Boxing Super Series Bantamweight Tournament.
You can also see Donaire is trying to feint and set Stephon Young up for something. Once again, nice uppercut. Hit him right in that left eye again.
As we are 50% of the way done of round number 4. And Donaire is looking to add in a left hook that connected. He's also trying to set up an uppercut, that being Nonito Donaire.
Yeah, he's just walking Stephon Young down now, and it seems like he knows that he's hurt. You can see Stephon Young blinking. That right eye is really bothering him at this point. And he's just walking to Stephon Young because there's nothing coming back.
When Stephon Young, his eyes have opened up considerably in the sense that he's really thinking and trying to observe and get away from the big punches of Nonito Donaire. Nonito Donaire with a 57% knockout percentage has 271 rounds entering this matchup.
And you can see Donaire, he's not even worried about the power of Stephon Young coming back. He's just walking forward, willing to take one to give one at this point.
Don't hold.
Mark Nelson warning about to tell the fighters not to hold. Now blood coming from the nostrils of Stephon Young. So now he is starting to show some of the effects of those right hands from Nonito Donaire.
Stop! Don't punch. Don't grab him like that. Obey the bell here, guys.
Stephon Young going back to the corner, and he has some work to do.
You can see him walking forward, boom, throwing that uppercut coming right between the gloves. He knows that Stephon Young has the earmuffs on and leaning forward, which sets him up perfectly for that left uppercut right there.
And he landed right on the button, did Nonito Donaire. And there's Stephon Young answering back, though, but Donaire threw that right hand over the top.
Yeah, and he counters him, and that's exactly what champions do. He tried to catch it and shoot, but he wasn't able to catch it, but the shoot worked because he came right over the top of that shot, Donaire.
Round 5, this one is scheduled for 12. Nonito Donaire. Stephon Young, Donaire the champion, having beat Ryan Burnett by 4th round TKO because Burnett could not continue. And Donaire starting off and going right to the body of Stephon Young to start the 5th round.
Yeah, and you see when he came out in the 5th round and he's straight right hands, he threw 2 in a row, and it looks like he's just going to try to go after Stephon Young at this point and try to finish him. That's the attitude that he has at this point.
Well, Stephon Young, who showed glimpses in the 2nd and the 3rd, now he realizes he is in some deep waters. The question is, can he survive and keep himself afloat against Donaire?
And that's what he has to do right there. He has to stand his ground at some point and not let Nonito continue to come forward and pot shot him.
Well, Donaire is using his jab to get on the inside, and then he whacks him with the right hand. There's a jab followed by a right for Donaire.
And you know, he's trying to make a stand and he's scoring, but it seems like it's just not enough. He doesn't have enough pop for Nonito Donaire to respect him, because Nonito Donaire continues to walk forward.
When he has a good defense, does Donaire, he is, and an uppercut that backed up and snapped the head back of Young. I think Donaire knows that he has Young hurt.
Yeah, he does. He's sensing a wounded prey right now, and that's why he's continuing to turn it on.
And also, Kendall, there's a
nice
big
counter shot.
Young sat down in his punch, and he landed, and he connected with the straight left.
Yeah, this is something that he has to do to make Nonito respect him.
Look, you cannot count out Stephon Young, and taking a look at the punch stat numbers, overwhelming for Nonito Donaire. And there's an uppercut by Nonito Donaire under a minute left here in round number 5.
Listen, you got to give it to Stephon Young, though. 3 days notice. He takes this fight. He's fighting a 4-time world champion, and he's coming out and he's giving it his all.
You cannot question the heart of Stephon Young, and there's a right hand backing up Young. And Donaire aiming to put Young with his back on the ropes. If you're Young, he's got to get out. He needs to stay in the center of that ring.
Absolutely. He cannot get on the ropes whatsoever. That's exactly where Donaire wants you, as he's backing him up to the ropes again. That's exactly how he started to punish Ryan Burnett in his previous fight. Nice shot by Young.
As we near the end of the 5th between Nonito Donaire and Stephon Young.
Into Donaire's uppercut. Donaire knows that shot is there, but you see Stephon Young right there going to the ropes, trying to throw that straight left hand. That's the one thing that Donaire has to be careful about. He can't walk in without his defense.
Well, I think there's a point, Kendall, as we begin the 6th round, that Donaire takes risks because he knows he can, and he will absorb a shot just so that he can get Young comfortable, just sit in the pocket more, and then he can throw the combinations and blast away on him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's strategy. That's championship pedigree. Nonito knows what he's doing. 36 years old, 4-time world champion, so he knows all the tricks of the trade.
And you know what is startling more than anything, Kendall, is guys in the lighter weight classes, I'm talking about 30 on down, when you're 30 years of age, you're considered an old man.
Right.
An old man.
That's true.
And the fact that Donaire is 36 years of age, fighting here at 118, a world champion at 18,
right.
That is it's almost unprecedented in many ways.
It's unprecedented because you look at him, he still has the reflexes, he still has the speed, he still has the legs, he still has the power. That's what's so surprising at these lower weight classes. 36 years old, most guys don't have all of that left, but Nonito Donaire does.
Now, I'm not going to lie to the audience and say that Nonito Donaire has the flash that he did when he was 22.
Right.
But he has gotten smarter. Placement of his punches. He's economical when he throws. Everything is calculated, and there's a reason for why he does what he does.
Exactly. And, you know, rather than being the Filipino Flash, he's more like the Filipino Thunder.
Exactly.
At this point.
We'll see if Donaire has certainly been throwing quite a bit of thunder. There's a nice combination for Stephon Young, something that has been absent from his repertoire since the 3rd round.
You know, you got to give it to Stephon Young. Listen, he's biting down. He knows that he's down in this fight. He knows that he's outgunned, but he's biting down, sitting down, and trading shots. Once again, as you can see him connecting right there with Donaire.
Well, Donaire cannot get too comfortable because Young certainly has quite a bit of pop on the punches, and you know, Kendall, having been inside the ring, the punches that are the most dangerous are those in which you do not see.
The ones that you do not see will debilitate you, and you know that's why Stephon Young has to be careful of that uppercut when he puts the earmuffs on, because you can't see that shot coming.
And there are not many guys who have physical attributes, and a guy that had earmuff defense was that, and you mentioned him earlier, Winky Wright. There are not many guys that have those long of arms and biceps to be able to evade. And there's a back down goes Young on a thunderous left hook!
And that is the vaulted power that we're talking about. Nonito Donaire at this weight class, 118 pounds. Everybody better watch out.
Good night, Stephon Young. Nonito Donaire decapitating Young.
Wow, what a left hook.
Oh, my goodness. And now we await, we hope that Young is okay. He's moving.
Yeah.
But what a thunderous one-punch knockout from Nonito Donaire.
And I can tell you guys, Nonito Donaire, what a gentleman. He's sitting there. He knows that was a shot that could change a fighter's career at that point. The shot that he was hit with. And Nonito Donaire showing concern for his opponent. What a gentleman. But listen, you got to give it to Stephon Young. He came out here on 3 days' notice and fought hard. Unfortunately, it ended up like this for him.
Talk about a candidate for knockout of the year here in 2019. Oh my goodness.
It was unbelievable. I mean, it came out of nowhere, but once again, we talk about his power at 118. Yeah, he carried some power up to 122 and 126, but when he comes back to a lower weight class at 118, you're looking at a guy that probably has the most power in this division. As you can see right here, he comes back with the level, bam!
Boom!
Hit him
Good
right
night.
on the chin, and that was it.
Good night. See ya.
I tell you what, he could have knocked out a racehorse with that left hook.
Look, and Stephon Young left his chin in the air, waited too long, boom!
Sure did.
Night-night.
In the fundamentals, he did not have his right hand up. A lot of that has to do with fatigue. But you can see right here, Nonito Donaire sees the open shot, boom!
He was unconscious going to the canvas.
He was out before he went.
Unconscious before his back smacked and then bang. You never want to see that, and thankfully he's okay. He's